This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, folks, we're going to get started here in just a second. Just want to remind anyone, any visitors, just please put your phone on mute. That helps with the microphone feedback, and we appreciate that very much. Everybody else, looks like all the counselors are here. We have City Manager Chad Sweet here as well. Looks like we have RJ from the Seaside Signal here as well. And are you ready to get started, Chad?
Yeah, I'm ready with you when you are.
Okay, great. The May 27th, 2020 City Council special meeting is now in session. I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, and also thank you for listening in. This is a special meeting simply to do second readings of the budget ordinances that we passed, or that we started on last week. So it'll be a pretty quick meeting. No public hearing at this meeting at all. And then at the end of the meeting, under resolution number 948, we have to actually rescind that resolution for further information, and then we'll be able to reinstate it at our next meeting.
Hey, Mayor, this is Rita. The minutes that were taken, we don't have to approve those, do we? It's not on the agenda.
Correct. We can actually approve those at our next
Okay.
regular city council meeting. We could approve them at this meeting as well. And it's totally up to us. I've got no problem approving them at the next meeting.
That's fine.
Have a consensus on that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Thanks, guys. So we'll start out with a declaration of any conflict of interest.
No.
No.
Okay, I've got none as well. So, kick things off with the second reading of ordinance number 925, which is an ordinance that the city of Deerheart hereby elects to receive state revenue. Chad?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is the ordinance to elect to receive state revenues. I'd be looking for a motion and a second to read this once by title only tonight for the second time.
I move
Okay.
that we have a second reading of the ordinance 925 for the second reading.
All right, we have a motion by Councilor Fackrell. Do we hear a second?
I second.
Okay, Councilor Jesse with the second. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
On.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that motion is moved unanimously.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor and Councilors. This is ordinance number 925, an ordinance declaring that the city of Deerheart hereby elects to receive state revenues. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, moving along, we have the second reading of ordinance number 926, an ordinance on the 2020-2021 City of Deerheart budget. And Chad, would you like to continue?
I would. Thank you, Mayor. This is ordinance 926, setting our permanent rate and assessed value for the city of Deerheart. I would entertain a motion to read that once by title only for the second time tonight.
I would like to make a motion that we read ordinance number 926 for a second reading and adopt.
Okay, motion by Councilor Jesse. Do we hear a second?
Second.
I second it.
Okay, Councilor Cockrum just beat Councilor Smith, so we'll acknowledge Councilor Cockrum for the second. And do we have any discussion?
This is Dan Jesse. I have one comment. I found it fascinating to read in the Astorian that City of Cannon Beach is now paying 98 cents per thousand for their fire department, and we're only charging our citizens $1.50 to run the city. Kind of remarkable.
Labor of love.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Mayor and Councilors. This is ordinance number 926, an ordinance imposing taxes for the city of Deerheart as provided for in the adopted budget at the rate of $1.53 per 1,000 assessed value for the city of Deerheart operations in the amount of $584,000, and that these taxes are hereby imposed and categorized for tax year 2020-2021 upon the assessed value of all taxable property within the city of Deerheart. The following allocation and categorization subject to the limits of section 11B, article 11 of the Oregon Constitution make up the above aggregate levy, which is subject to general government limitations of $1.53 per thousand, and excluded from the limitation is $788,058.76 for the debt service fund. Thank you, Mayor and Councilors.
Thank you, Chad, appreciate it. Next up, we have the second reading of ordinance number 927.
Councilor, may I entertain a motion to read 927 once by title only for the second time?
Do we hear a motion?
I make a motion that we read ordinance number 927 for a second reading and adopt.
Okay. Councilor Jesse with the motion. Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilor Fackrell. And do we have any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously. Chad?
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 927, an ordinance hereby imposing taxes for the Deerheart Road District is provided for in the adopted budget at the rate of 6.02 cents per thousand of assessed value for road district repair, and that these taxes are hereby imposed and categorized for tax year 2020-2021 upon the assessed value of all taxable property within the district. The following allocations and categorizations subject to the limits of section 11B, article 11 of the Oregon Constitution make up the above aggregate levy, which is subject to excluded from general government, the limitation Deerheart Road District at 6.02 cents per thousand, the total rate of 6.02 cents per thousand. And that takes care of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. All right, moving right along, we have the second reading of ordinance number 928. Chad?
Thank you. This is fixing the compensation. I just need a motion to read it once by title for the second time.
Okay, this is Rita. I move that we have a second reading of ordinance 928 for the second time by title only.
Okay, motion on the floor by Councilor Fackrell. Do we hear a second?
I second.
Second by Councilor Smith. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously. If you have called in, please put your phone on mute. We're getting a little bit of feedback from your microphone. So anyone that has called in, looks like we just got another caller in. Please put your phone on mute. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, next up, we have resolution 948, a resolution for workers' volunteers.
Did I, Mayor? I don't think I read 928 for the second time yet.
Yeah, go ahead, Chad.
Thank you. Ordinance number 928, an ordinance fixing the compensation of the following officers of the city of Deerheart: city attorney, chief of police, fire chief, auditor, treasurer, and judge, and repealing all prior ordinances fixing the compensation of these officers for the city of Deerheart. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chad. Appreciate that. Okay, Okay, next up we have Resolution 948, a resolution for workers' comp for volunteers. Now, this was a resolution passed at the last meeting, but we had some questions about it that we still need to do research on. So what we're recommending is that we rescind that ordinance tonight, it's a resolution. So we would rescind that resolution tonight. Carrie Smith has come up with some information as well. So if we rescind it tonight, then Carrie Smith, Chad Sweet, and our attorney Peter Watts can just dive into some further research on the workers' comp with volunteers to make sure that it's done correctly. And then at a future meeting, we can redo the resolution correctly to make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Is that correct, Chad?
You nailed it.
Does that sound okay with you, Councilor Smith?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So we would just need a motion.
Is the problem specifically that there are 3 counselors who are on the CERT team, or is it more than that?
It could possibly be that, yes. And we want to be safe and make sure that that the wording's correct before we move ahead with anything.
Copy.
Okay, I would like to make a motion that we rescind Resolution 948.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Councilor Smith to rescind Resolution 948. Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a second by Councilor Fackrell. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously, and we will make sure that everything is done correctly before we repass that resolution. Okay, Chad, do you have anything further before we adjourn?
No, nothing at this point. Thank you. We'll get to work on that resolution right away.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you, Councilor Smith, and everyone else for bringing that to our attention. Before we adjourn, I just want to say thank you for, once again, the budget process seemed to go very smoothly. Again, Gearhart's in a good position budget-wise, doing a budget surplus every year, and we foresee that that will continue, even with the current pandemic situation. So appreciate that, Chad, our budget officer. Appreciate that budget committee. Once again, did an excellent job, and we appreciate it very much. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move that we
adjourn.
the meeting.
Okay, motion on the floor by everybody. It's kind of like the motion, I think Carrie Smith probably got it first. So motion by Carrie Smith. Do we hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Second by Councilor Jesse. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Meeting is now adjourned. Appreciate it, folks. Have a great night. Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, folks.
Bye.
Aye.